Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're going to be talking about, and I'm going to be showing you all of the silver items that I have purchased so far in 2025. It's been a crazy journey ever since I first got into stacking. Every year things seem to change a little bit. The goals kind of change a little bit. What I'm interested in changes. Things are always evolving. So let's get right into it. The very first thing that I purchased for this year is this 2025 Silver Eagle. I actually just picked this guy up the other day, and that's it. That's all the silver that I had purchased in 2025 so far. So if you guys remember, last year I had sold a good chunk of silver, probably half of what I own, and I did it just because I needed the money. The reason I stack is so that I have a savings, essentially. I mean, there's a lot of different purposes that savings can serve, but for me, it's just bills stacked up, needed to find money, and that was one of my assets. So I had chose to sell that asset. I did very well compared to what I bought it for. I made a huge profit, but all of it went out the window just because it goes to bills. I wouldn't really say out the window, it's just it's one of those things when you're paying bills, of course you're getting something for it. You're getting services like, electric and a place to live, but you don't have much to show for it. It's just life stuff. Life costs money, right? So it's not exciting. It's not like buying a collectible or something that you get excited about, you fondle and look at and you physically own. No, it's like buying gasoline for your vehicle or buying food for dinner. It comes and goes, and that's it. So that was just something I, feel like I wouldn't say I had to do. I had definitely some different options, but it's something I chose to do. So in 2025, my stacking goals were pretty simple, and that was to keep it simple. Keep it small, keep it simple, keep it affordable. And in the beginning of the year, I kind of focused on platinum and palladium, and because I happen to think that they're undervalued, although silver is probably the most undervalued of anything. I mean, the ratio is what, 100 to 1? It's like $33 for an ounce of silver and $3,300 for an ounce of gold. So every ounce of gold is worth 100 ounces of silver. Essentially, I mean, give and take, obviously, it's changing day by day. But, I mean, I don't think anyone could have really seen, $3,300 plus gold in 2025, at least if you ask someone in 2024 or 2023. I think a lot of people assume it would go up, but I mean, it's going up past, I think, anyone's expectations. And who knows where it's going to stop? I mean, anything goes these days. Silver is heavily manipulated. We know this. It's been proven. It's just how it is. You know what I mean? I'm not going to get all into that in this video. But so my goals were to, focus on, some debt, focus on bills, focus on important life stuff. My hobbies, my fun activities like stacking silver took a back seat to things. So coming in, I went with really small increments of platinum and palladium. And that was mostly because I just found a great source. My local coin shop had a bunch of it. It was very undervalued. He was selling it for $35 a gram. I got a few grams of each. I like those element cards. I have a goal of maybe filling one or two of those. And so his little stash kind of dried up. Someone came in and just bought everything because it's ridiculous. It was pretty much half the price of what it was going for online. So I went back to actually check for that about a week and a half ago or so. It's funny because years ago, I used to go to the dentist, and every time I went to the dentist, it was time to buy a gun. I don't know why that happened, but, my checkups, or if I had something wrong, the gun shop was right next to the dentist's office, or, right there in the same road. So went to go to the dentist, it means I'm getting a gun. And it's turned into when I go to my car dealership to get something looked at on the truck, I go to the coin shop and I pick up some precious metals. Not always the case, but it's just funny because it's in the area. It's something I always think of, and it's something I do to kind of kill time as well. But this time I went there, and yeah, he was all dried up. Someone came in and wiped him out of all the platinum and palladium he had. Because gold is so expensive, people are starting to look elsewhere. Silver is really on the rise because of that. People are avoiding buying gold. Not to say everyone, of course, it's expensive. People are going to buy it no matter what. It doesn't matter what it goes to. People always buy gold. But for some of the stackers, the average blue-collar dudes, like a lot of you guys watching, and women, because there's plenty of women who stack as well, it's tough. It's tough to just whip out $3,300, $3,400 and go buy a gold eagle. You know what I mean? That's an expensive coin. And so what ends up happening is you start focusing a little bit more on silver. And even at $33 an ounce, it seems like a deal, right? Compared to the 3,300 for gold. So anyway, I was at the shop. I thought, you know what? I don't have a 2025 Eagle yet. And for some of you guys who watch, you know that I have a collection of every year of Silver Eagles. And that's something I will buy every year. No matter what, every single year I will buy at least, this is the least amount of silver I'll buy annually, one Silver Gold Eagle, because I have to add it to my collection. I love the Dansko albums. I actually kind of collect the albums. And there's, you know, there's a bunch of them out there. Some are more expensive than others. But yeah, so I have the first one. It was, you know, 86 to, what, 2020, and then 21 on. So we have them marked here, 2021 until 2029, and then there's a separate page here that's just not marked, but that's assuming that they just continue with this. We're going to go ahead and pop this in here for 2025. So I'm pretty excited about that. Just a little addition to the collection. If you haven't seen the 2025s, you can see the missing reed. I mean, if you guys follow, you know, precious metal stuff, coin stuff, you probably watch a bunch of channels. This is old news. But every year now they're doing the missing reed in a different location for an anti-counterfeit measure. And this one is just above like the 9 o'clock position. It's very close to the eye in Liberty. All right, a little bit to the left of it. But anyway, there it is. 2025. This came out of a fresh tube at the coin shop. And of course verified. I really do trust my coin dealer, but it doesn't matter how much you trust anyone. You know, I don't know if he's always doing, you know, due diligence and checking stuff. I mean, I don't have a Sigma or anything, but I use the ping tester, the coin pinger. The thing is awesome. I always put links to that because I really believe in it. It's such a simple creation. But anyway, there you go. There is the new addition to my Silver Eagle collection. So now I gotta wait until next year to add another one. But yeah, just wanted to have a quick little discussion about it. I love gold. I do have gold goals. I have a 1/10 collection. I'm trying to fill a tube. That is going to be on a back burner because I don't know. I feel like gold will settle. I feel like when the craziness settles a little bit and the new, you know, American government, the administration is causing a lot of different stuff around the world. That's, I mean, the whole markets, every market really, is just, there's so much uncertainty. And so that freaks everyone out. And that's why things aren't what they should be, right? Or at least what is predicted. So because of that, precious metals are just kind of taking a back seat. It's important for me now, even if I had money right now, even if I had plenty of spending money, which I don't, but let's say I had 20 grand in the bank, what would I be doing with that? Well, it's a good question. I don't want to buy silver or gold right now because I feel like it's expensive. And that is definitely a mindset a lot of people share. Now, there are certain people that it doesn't matter what the prices are. Like I said, when you price cost average, you're buying whatever you're buying every month. You know, you always buy a 10th ounce of gold, whatever your thing is. Like, you can come up with your own budget that fits your financial situation. But I know people who will buy, you know, let's say 5 ounces of silver every paycheck, or they'll buy 1 ounce of silver. Or some people, every single month, they'll buy 1/10 ounce of gold. It really just depends on how much money you're looking to spend on it. But when you do that, you buy it when it's expensive, you buy it when it's cheap. You know, and expensive and cheap are, of course, subjective terms. $3,300 gold might be considered cheap. 10, 20 years from now, gold might be $10,000 an ounce, and everyone might be kicking themselves. Why didn't I just load up at 3,300? Well, that's the game we play, right, as stackers. We're always adding, we're always stacking, but the frequency does kind of change on our own opinions as to whether the price is high or low. That's just, it's been a constant, you know what I mean? Back when when gold was $500 an ounce, some people were used to buying it at $300 an ounce, and they said, damn, $500 gold, that's almost twice as much as what I used to be buying at. I'll wait till it comes back down to 300. And it never did. Now it's 10 times as much, right? So you just never know. It's not a bad thing. If you can afford it, buy it. I'm telling you, I still believe in it. It is the best asset anyone can have in 2025, period. There's no reason to believe that specifically gold, but more so silver as well, that it's not going to have any value. You know, people can guess, but Gold and silver has had value since we first discovered it as human beings, and in every civilization, it has no color, it has no race, it has no, country behind it. It is universal value, and it always has been. So maybe in the future, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe if an asteroid lands on the planet and it doesn't kill everyone, and we find, like 100 billion ounces of gold or something, maybe it devalues it and no one cares. But that's unlikely. I mean, that's what people are always trying to do. For what I understand, all gold that's in Earth is from space. It's not natural to the planet. It's asteroids and stuff that it hit Earth, apparently. So it's not, I mean, what is really considered that? Because Earth is made up of everything that was in space to begin with, right? So I guess it depends on how deep you want to get in the conversation or how technical you want to be about it. I used to always say this too when I was in high school, like anything you're holding in your hand, you could be holding a toy car, you could be holding, silverware, whatever. Everything that we have was made from the planet, right? Everything. The machines that made the stuff from the planet is from the planet. It's kind of crazy when you really think about it. But anyway, I'm veering off into a weird, hippie mentality right now. Just the, whoa, man, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I've had countless days where I was just sitting with my friends, just completely high, smoked a bunch of weed, and just been like, dude, everything's made from the planet, man. You know what I mean? So some of that I kind of remember, and some I don't. A lot of it I don't, I promise you that. But some of the funny stuff I do remember, and that was something we used to talk about all the time. It'd be like a maze, like watching TV, like, this TV came from the Earth, man. And yeah, it was a little cringy, because that's how we talk too. But that's just what it was, It is what it is. It was what it was. And it will be whatever it will be. Am I right? Am I right? Yeah, I think so. So anyway, silver and gold, I love it. If you can afford it, buy it. It doesn't matter how expensive it gets. It'll always retain value. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's just a little bit high right now. I feel like there'll be a pullback. I mean, I hate, I don't really hate it, but I don't like giving guess. I mean, my guess is as good as your guess. It holds no more value or water than anyone else's. Who knows? That's true. Who knows? But if you said, Jeff, I really need to know. I need to pick your brain. What do you think is going to happen with silver and gold? I think it's gonna pull back. I think gold will settle at around 3,000 an ounce for a while. And what I mean by settle is like the prices are always fluctuating, but like if gold sits within $100 to $200 for like months or years, that's settling back. That's like a constant value, But I think gold will come back down to like 3,000 once society gets a little more normal, once people start, or stop freaking out so much. I think silver will pull back below 30. I really feel like we're going to see high 20 silver eventually again. And I think we'll see high, 2,900 to 3,000 gold. That's me also being hopeful. I want it to be cheaper. I don't care if gold drops down to $500 an ounce. That'd be fantastic. I'll back up the truck and buy as much as I can. Same with silver. The cheaper, the better. It's weird with precious metals because when you own them, you want them to be super, super cheap, but then you also want to be super, super expensive, right? Because your goal is to buy more, but also sell it. So like if you're buying all your silver at $25 an ounce, when it goes to 40, you're like, fantastic. My investment's awesome. I can sell it and make a bunch of money, right? But now when you're at 40, you don't want to buy anymore. You feel like you're getting ripped off. There's a weird emotional attachment that happens when you stack. I'm not the only person that thinks like that. I mean, some people detach themselves completely. It's just an asset. I don't care about it. But for a lot of us, it's a collectible. It's fun. It's a hobby. When you stack as a hobby, you become emotionally involved. The stuff you're buying is like your collectibles. Oh, it's your piece, and you attach emotion to it. And, if that's what excites you, then cool. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But the people who are really doing it right, they have no attachment at all. It's like a $20 bill in your wallet is not your $20 bill. It's a $20 bill. Does that make sense? If you saved up for a year and you bought a gold buffalo, you always wanted a gold buffalo, a full ounce, that is a special item to you. You know what I'm saying? Right now it's $3,300, but if you took $3,300 in $100 bills, there's no emotional attachment to that. You're not like, wow, you're looking at the serial numbers, you're like, yeah, 6592553, whatever. That's my bill, man. That's the one that I got. No, you don't care. You know what I mean? So the people who are truly stacking properly are the ones who are consistently buying. They have zero emotional attachment to it. It just goes into their vault or whatever. They're safe, and when they need money, they sell it, and that's just it, you know. That's truly the best way to stack, but also one of the most boring ways to stack. So it is what it is, right? But anyway, that's all. Just want to share with you. I'm sorry that I don't have a wonderful collection of new stuff to show you. This is the reality of things. My hobbies come and go. Stacking is something that will never, ever go. It will only slow down or ramp up. And that is truly based mostly on my own financial situation. As I have more expendable money, I'll certainly be buying more. Right now, it's a little tight. That's all. It's tight for a lot of people, so I see it's a luxury. Buying silver and gold, that's a luxury. That's not, you know, that's some first world problems for sure. You know, so there's no complaining there at all. I feel very fortunate that I still have some, you know. But the whole reason I buy this stuff is so that when I need fiat currency, right, our fake money, because that's how we deal with our stuff in society, for now anyway, that's when I like to know that I have it. It's my backup plan. It's always been my emergency plan. You know what I mean? And so it's bailed me out a couple times now, and, you know, I'm very happy about that. So when I do have a little extra, I try to buy a little more so that it is just building on that backup plan. That's how I've always seen stacking. But along the way, the whole journey is super fun. It becomes a hobby, which is just really exciting. It's exciting to save up and buy that piece you like, or in this case, have a collection of something that interests you, you know. That's why it's super fun to a lot of us, because it's not just stacking, it's not just saving money, it's a hobby. But as I've said before, this is the only hobby where you actually save money instead of spend it. Now, granted, there's a lot of collectibles you can buy, and they can, you know, go up in value, and you sell them, and you can see them as assets or profitable collectibles, right? But that's also hit and miss. That's a guessing game for a lot of people. Precious metals always retains value. It is the only guaranteed hobby that you're saving money. I'll put it that way, right? Anyway, that's it. Those are my opinions. You don't have to agree with them, but those are mine. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. If you got something cool in the precious metal space, let me know in the comment section what it is. If you want to brag and no one cares except for me and the people viewing the video, we'd love to hear it. So I'm always excited to hear, like if I do a knife video, I want to hear about your new knives, flashlights, all that kind of stuff. But for the stackers out there, sometimes it's difficult because you might stack and no one in your family cares. Your wife doesn't care, your husband doesn't care, your kids don't care, your parents don't care, your neighbors don't care, the guy at work doesn't care, your coworker doesn't, you know, like, no one cares. They don't get it. And you're like, I got to talk to someone. That's why you hop on the internet and you join these forums and these groups, because you get to talk to like-minded collectors, right? Well, my ears are here for you. You know, you want to brag about something because you're excited about it, let me know. I'll read it, I'll listen, and if I have time, I'll respond. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.